slightly pointed to the left.
Yeah, and holding center line.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna go second notch now.
Okay.
And I'm still 80, but I'll come to 70 soon.
Okay.
Can actually probably come.
Tower, which one of these is missing?
I'm gonna go third notch of flaps
building
now.
with a blue awning type roof,
Okay.
head into your left. They usually put alignment out. Actually, there is alignment, head into your left.
I picked him up now. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait.
All right, I'm a little low, adding a little power.
All right.
A little high, or a little low, I mean.
All right, we can feel that drift.
Yep. Still holding 70.
All right. Once the runway is made, we can go power idle because we don't need power anymore.
Okay.
All right, the runway is made. We can bring power slowly out to idle. All right, we can use some of that aileron, keep ourselves corrected down there, and if we're not crooked, then we can use the rudders for that wind correction there. All right, flaps to the floor, full power.
I missed one. Missed one notch.
Oh yeah, yep, there's that last one there.
And rotate.
Okay.
Okay, I felt like I drifted right of center line last time, so I'm gonna try to correct that this time.
Yep, I agree. And I have to be careful when I say this, but I think your feet might be a little too active on the rudders.
Okay.
Right, so usually it's the other way around. Usually people, their feet are dead, right? They don't do anything.
Okay.
But this airplane is pretty stable, and it's not like crazy gusty. Like it's pretty gusty, but it's not like nuts. But I had my feet on the rudders, and I was feeling you kind of go back and forth like you know, like crazy. And I'm like, hey.
Yeah.
And so all those changing variables that you're adding, compound
the cycling, right?
Exactly.
All right, I'm turning left. Left crosswind. Should I announce now intention or do that at midfield? Same thing?
At midfield, yep.
Okay. Oh man. And then it starts cycling, and then I get more active, and then it just spirals.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I turned a little too much. That's okay.
So when you're on final, the rudders are there to keep your nose pointed directly down the runway. All right.
Okay.
That's what that's for. When you're on short final, and in the flare especially, that's what they're for. All right.
Okay.
When you're on short final, you're not so concerned about coordination. Right, so your eyes should be 100% out here, right? Because you're not, like, when you're in the flare, you're not even really concerned about airspeed, right? Because we want the airspeed to bleed off, right?
Yep.
Touch and go.
Groton Tower, Cherokee 302, left downwind, midfield, runway 15, request touch and go.
Cherokee 302, runway 15, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 15, Cherokee 302. Okay, one notch of flaps.
Okay.
Airspeed supports. Come down on the power just a touch. And ready for base.
All right.
Left base.
And also with the crosswind, don't be afraid of landing
into the wind.
Not exactly flat. So So we shouldn't really have our nose pointed into the wind when we touch down, right? That's what our rudder's for, to help it correct that, so that way the wheels can land straight on. But we actually want the upwind wheel to land first.
Okay.
All right? So our left wheel should be the one that's touching down first in this case. All right? Because the wind is coming slightly this way.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
so
upwind.
we actually want a little bit of aileron into the wind, and that'll help you not drift as well.
Okay.
All right. Looking pretty good. Might be a hair fast and a hair high, but This airplane slows down plenty fast.
Oh, okay. I'm doing the opposite of what I want to do. Shit.
All right, we can feel that wind trying to push us to the right.
Yep.
All right, don't get too low here.
Fuck.
All right, runway's made. Nice, gently back to idle. All right, and the wind is pushing us to the right a little bit, so we use the aileron. And when we use the aileron, we're gonna have to use the right rudder to coordinate that. All right. Power's at idle, right? There you go.
No.
All right, flaps to the floor, full power.
Ooh, I'm stressing today.
Yep. Just make sure that power is actually at idle, all right?
Okay, I'll pull it straight down next time.
All right, cool.
All right. Yeah, I think, like, I've built into my mind that my hands and feet should always do the same thing, and it just doesn't work that way landing.
Yep, getting that coordination together is really tough. Wow, it's rocky over Bluff Point.
All right. All right, turning left crosswind.
Okay, cool. And you're here until 3:30, just to confirm, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, keep climbing at 80 knots until we get to our altitude.
Okay.
All right, good. All right, and we know the wind is coming from about 1-3, so we're gonna have to maybe point at like 3-4 to have a perfect parallel downwind.
Okay.
It's only a very slight crosswind here, but it still has to be taken into account. All right, another touch and go.
Groton Tower, Cherokee 302, runway 15 midfield downwind, request touch and go.
Cherokee 302, runway 15, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 15, Cherokee 302.
All right, good job including the runway in that clearance confirmation.
Thank you.
Because we're only really cleared touch and go on one runway, right? We're not cleared for touch and go on 2-3 or 3-3 or 5.
Right.
Just 15.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna turn left base.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to go a little bit towards the runway because of the wind.
Okay.
Second notch.
All right.
Airspeed's good, 80's fine for base. All right. And I'm gonna turn final now.
All right, last few times on very, very short final, we've been getting pretty low. So just try to keep a consistent glide path all the way down, all right?
Okay. And I'm high so I can come out on the power.
All right.
Pitch for 70, which is gonna be...
All right, and we have one more tool to help us. Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Yep.
There you go.
Right.
That third notch really drops us.
All right, let's get nice steady approach. Okay, it's feeling pretty good. 70,
all right, power
runway
to
made.
idle.
and I'll make sure it actually comes this time.
Okay, good. Then
Correct.
we use the ailerons to
For
keep
the left.
side to side, and then
And
some
the rudder.
a little
for
bit
the
of right rudder. All right, pretty close. Be patient. Be patient. All right,
Flaps to the floor. And full power.
All right, cool.
That was better.
It definitely was.
Why do we bounce there, you think?
Just because at the very last second, as we were transitioning from the air to the ground, instead of, I guess, just a little bit of too much back pressure. That's pretty much it. We sort of so the back pressure that you inputted
It came on too fast, basically.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
So the back pressure you inputted would have induced, like if we were nowhere near the ground, the back pressure would have induced like an arc, right? Like a dip, and we hit the ground at the bottom of that dip, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so, just a little bit of a smoother, more gradual transition.
Should have started the transition a little earlier then.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say at the very end it was a little bit
too abrupt.
Slightly abrupt. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, it felt like I didn't need much right rudder on that takeoff. Is that because of the crosswind, or am I just imagining that and I do need the right rudder?
Could be imagining it.
Okay.
I mean,
is there ever, like, everything I've ever heard was